Hello, security pros, and thank you for joining us for today's ESA webinar, Unlock the Future of Security Management. In this webinar, Bold Group will unveil their latest breakthrough solution, Managely, designed specifically for the security and alarm industry. Discover how Managely streamlines operations, provides greater insight and control, and empowers security teams for increased productivity and profitability. Say goodbye to fragmented systems and welcome a new perspective on your business. Our experts today will showcase how Managely transforms your operations, addresses pain points, and elevates your business to new heights. I'm Daniela Chavez, ESA's Marketing and Communication Specialist, and I'm excited to lead you on this webinar today. But before we dive in, I'd like to provide some tips for those of you joining us on your first ESA webinar. You will be muted for the duration of the session, but that doesn't mean that we don't want to hear from you. If a question or comment comes to mind at any point during today's session, click the Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen, and I'll ensure that we save some time for your questions with our experts today. We also will be recording this webinar so you can share it with your colleagues and rewatch the on-demand session on ESA's YouTube channel, and it will also be streaming live on ESA's Facebook page as well. If your company is a member of ESA, we thank you, and we hope that you're utilizing your benefits to save, expand your team, and get connected to the ESA community. If you're not yet a member of the Electronic Security Association, check us out. ESA is the largest and longest standing association serving the pro-installed electronic security and life safety industry. Our members are integrators, dealers, monitoring centers, and even manufacturers and service providers in the space. You'd be surprised at the power an ESA membership holds for your company. Get a feel for all of the ESA benefits, including savings on business insurance, training, customized in-house onboarding and professional development programs, peer networking groups, government advocacy programs, certifications that satisfy state licensing, and in some cases are also alternatives to NICET at esaweb.org. One of our membership specialists would be happy to walk you through these benefits and the application process. We at ESA realize your time is valuable, and we appreciate you spending some of that time with us today. So, without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to John Doyle and Steve Featherston. John is an account executive with Bold Group out of Cleveland, Ohio. He has been working with business management and accounting applications for the past 5 years with exclusive knowledge with SaaS-based tools. Steve is a senior sales engineer with Bold Group and has been working in corporate management and business software for over 20 years with both as an end user and a consulting expert. Holding roles from IT to general management, he has been able to leverage various software tool sets to create functional and efficient business systems to meet the challenges of today. So guys, please take it away.
Thank you for the introduction, Daniela. On behalf of the Bold Group, we are excited to be here today as we'll be going over an insight to the Managely application, a business management software for security dealers. As Daniela said, my name is John Doyle. I'm an account executive here at the Bold Group, and I'm joined by our senior sales engineer, Steve Featherston. Our agenda for today's webinar is to understand who the Bold Group is from a high level for those who aren't familiar, jump into a little bit about Managely, highlight our support and services, and then I'll pass it over to Steve to showcase our product with a live demonstration. The Bold Group serves the security industry with alarm monitoring and business management software tailored to achieve optimal business performance for security operations, monitoring centers, security dealers, and integrators. Our solutions have been empowering security leaders for little over 40 years now to be efficient, effective, and always one step ahead to allow them to focus on safeguarding life and property. Currently, the Bold Group employs over 137 employees and proud to work with 60 of the top 100 STM security companies and over 800 monitoring centers worldwide, with a focus on building long tenured relationships with our customers for lasting success. The Bold Group was formalized in February of 2019, following the acquisitions and mergers of Bold Technologies, Perennial Software, Secure Global Solutions, and SIMS by EverCommerce. And by combining these top companies, Bold Group offers the most comprehensive array of alarm monitoring and integrated business management solutions in the industry. Our product lineup is divided into two distinct business units, one for our cutting-edge alarm monitoring software and another for our sophisticated business management software. And each product is tailored to meet the unique requirements of companies across different size categories. Additionally, we provide mobile solutions for all of our flagship products, ensuring a wide range of options for our customers, regardless of their business size. If you're utilizing central stations software, such as Stages or Manitou, you can benefit from the two-way synchronization between Managely. Our organization serves a broad range of audiences with security industry, including central stations, security dealers, integrators, and proprietary security centers. Our tailored product offerings emphasize how our solutions enhance efficiency, integration, and security operations. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Managely. Managely is a scalable, all-in-one business management solution designed to give security dealers of any size the tools and insights they need to streamline business operations, increase profitability, and drive growth. By bringing together accounting, inventory, work orders, scheduling, customer management, reporting, and central station integration inside one platform, Managely will help security dealers gain greater control over their business and deliver more value to their customers. We really took the opportunity to listen to our customers when it came to our experience with Sedona Office and Alarm Biller. We took the best features and functions of our legacy systems and improved on areas in need of richer features. Our clients have really shared that off-the-shelf software does not meet the needs for security providers. And in some cases, companies have used upward of 9 applications to transact business operations. Our goal was to reduce the number of standalone applications and centralize the information, in turn offering greater control and focus of where your business is going. With that said, Managely is a full business management and financial accounting solution with added features like business intelligence, recurring billing automation, configurable templates for electronic signatures, mobile app for technicians built on iOS and Android devices, and a full API functionality to provide choices for integrated solutions. One of the standout features that makes Managely truly special is its seamless integration with Microsoft Power BI for all your business intelligence and reporting needs. With this integration, you'll not only have access to interactive data visualization, but also gain speedy and insightful way to monitor the overall health of your business. It's like having a powerful tool right at your fingertips to help you make informed decisions and make your business thriving. All of these dashboards and reports have been optimized and configured based on the industry feedback and benchmarks. Out of the box, Managely has built-in alerts and automation. For example, appointment and dispatch notifications to customers, internal SMS task reminders, auto delivery of POs and invoices via PDF, stock is running low, and collection and statement notifications to send friendly reminders to your customers with outstanding balances. This is a great way to encourage your customers to utilize the online customer portal. Managely is a software as a service tiered offering, providing flexibility and functionality and price point. We offer scaling from our Essentials tier, designed to deliver cost-effective solutions for the small to medium-sized business, or our Pro tier, which offers all the functionality of our Essentials tier, plus additional user licenses and additional features that will help aspiring organizations take their business to the next level. And our Enterprise tier is designed for our larger organizations with more sophisticated needs. With Managely Enterprise, you will be able to unlock limitless possibilities. This platform, Managely, offers the added benefit to be able to grow your business without changing your database or user interface. Managely also works with integration partners on providing added efficiency and streamlined operations. These integrations offer choices to our customers that enable a powerful ecosystem. WeSuite is an award-winning sales management software, which helps sales teams of all sizes in the security and technology services sector grow faster and more profitable with a flexible, connected lead to sales process. CBIS is utilized by companies who need to deliver paper statements and invoices to their customers. Knowledge Sync is an alerts and automation solution that will help you deliver reports, actions, and alerts, providing customers the ability to build custom events for their specific business needs. Forte is an integrated merchant payment processor built right into the application for running all your transactions. Avalara is a streamlined sales tax solution that will help you stay compliant while saving you time and money. PulseM gives companies the opportunity to capture ratings and reviews from their services that will be syndicated out to Google, Bing, and Yahoo. Stages in Manitou central stations can benefit by using our two-way synchronized integration between Managely. Now, I just want to touch on and discuss our services and support. So at Bold Group, we offer a wide range of services and support with the main goal to help ensure your company will be set up for long-term success. With our extensive knowledge of working closely with all types of companies within the industry and a large number of our staff who were once end users of our applications, we understand what it's like to be in your shoes. And while onboarding with our implementation and support teams, we do have a 6-step transition: software installation, data collection, data conversion, data reviews, training, and eventually the go live. The professional services department provides the opportunity to work with our data conversion specialists and development teams to provide expertise on helping you grow your business and manage change through data conversion services, data analysis, development services, bold consulting services. Our training team is committed to industry excellence and ongoing training through our learning management solutions, BoldU and Knowledge Base, which fosters a thriving learning community through free webinars and virtual classroom-based trainings, which provides a hands-on learning approach for our software users. And through our strategic consulting, we work closely with your team to customize solutions to offer software that is specific to your needs. These industry specialists will help optimize and capabilities of the application to help you grow your business. Now it is my pleasure to reintroduce Steve Featherson, Senior Sales Engineer, for a demonstration inside the Managely application.
Awesome, John. Thank you very much. Well, good afternoon, folks. It's my honor today to take you for a walk through the Managely product. Managely, as John mentioned, is the latest release from the Bold Group. It's designed to bridge the gap between a startup company and a company that might be at an enterprise level where they're doing thousands of transactions a day. Can be accessed from anywhere at any time. So whether you're home, you're at your office, you're at a hotel using their business computers, you should be able to get to the application provided you have your company's URL, username, password, should be able to log into Managely. So I open Managely, it opens up to a series of Microsoft Power BI dashboards, which is what we're seeing here. It is designed to be fast, intuitive, responsive type of an interface, easy for people to pick up and learn. I'm going to end up walking us through some of the Power BI functions and then some of the menu functions on the left-hand side, maybe give you a view of what it would look like for one of your employees to operate the software. Right now, we're looking at an executive dashboard. Managely knows who you are by who you've logged in as. So I've logged in as Steve Featherson, and I'm seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing for my role in the company. So if I'm somebody in executive management, I might be seeing financial details. If I'm somebody in service, I probably wouldn't be seeing those types of reports. Right now, I'm looking at recurring revenue, which is the orange line chart here, and work order revenue, which is the blue. I'm looking at the last 3 years of data. I could be looking at the last 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. I want to take this out to 6 years and maybe see what it looks like from 2018 all the way out. We're able to see my recurring revenue stream has been relatively stable until about 2022, where it went steadily up. And that was because we acquired a company. Back in 2020, we seem to have kind of a flatness in our service. If I were to drill into it by double clicking into this chart, I can look specifically into that year 2020 and see all of the transactions that happened during that year, whether it be work order revenue or recurring revenue. If I'm somebody on service, probably my main concern is how many open work orders I have, what my backlog of work looks like. And in this environment here, we're seeing 622 open work orders, roughly 2.4 months worth of backlog, depending upon how many technicians I have. I do like this report that they put together. It's work order revenue. This is kind of showing me where I'm making my money in service and installations. So as you can see, intrusion installation, specifically residential, is the highest for the last 3 years. Below that, CCTV. Just added guard service recently. If I click on guard service, I'm going to end up seeing those customers that I'm doing guard service for. If I look at CCTV or an area that I want to improve, fire alarm installation, again, I can see the detail of those invoices and customers related. These sheets, these Power BI dashboards are not just informational. You can actually use it to get your job done. So if I'm somebody in accounts receivable, I might have a dashboard that kind of shows me details of my customers, how many have been added and terminated, what my top 10 are as far as recurring is concerned. And where I could actually kind of work with this to get my job done would be in the aging report, where I can see Billy Idol owes us the most money, followed by Abbott International and Jimi Hendrix. If I wanted to contact Billy Idol, clicking on that bar chart changes the data to give me his email address and his phone number. If I wanted to focus on a particular section of the chart, for instance, who's between 61 and 90 days, clicking on that will end up revealing those customers and I can kind of work with them. Managely is built on multiple tiers, so you can have Managely Essentials, Managely Pro, or Managely Enterprise, depending upon what your business needs are. This is the first piece of software I've ever worked with before where you don't have to rip and replace the database and teach people new interfaces as to how to communicate with the software. The software is designed to grow with your company. On the left-hand side is our main menu structure. We've simplified this tremendously. Everything about accounts receivable is about your customers, their invoices, their payments, recurring work orders, recurring RMR, work orders, proposals, a calendar to be able to get people out there to service them, and some other elevated tools, as in we're seeing here is collections. We have an entire module just based on collections. Underneath accounts receivable is accounts payable. It's everything about your vendors, their purchase orders, invoices you get from them that turn into bills, turn into payment runs. We end up printing checks for them. Inventory is included. Most of the tools standard security company needs is coming out of the box, out of Managely, without having to bolt on any extra features or functions. So inventory is stored in warehouses. We set up our parts inside of here, do our issues and returns. We can do returns to the vendor, returns for service within this application. And the last main module is eForms. This is the ability for me to send a proposal to somebody to have it executed in their email, in an electronic signature or a contract, and do that as well. John mentioned this is a live general ledger. So if I click into the GL, I'm going to see my chart of accounts. If I grab something exciting like accounts receivable, I'll see all of the transactions that have happened recently in it. If I were to drill into one of those GL entries, I can see this is an invoice 4390 for a specific customer in my branch of New Jersey. I could have multiple branches depending upon locations or acquisitions. If I actually wanted to see that invoice, I could just click on the hyperlink up here and I'm going directly to that invoice for Dave Whiting, 4390. And if I wanted to print this, send it to him, I could do all of that from the above. I could deliver it to him either by email or change the email address he'd like to deliver it by. I can take a payment on this, be able to say that's by credit card. This is incorporating our Forte merchant services processor, or we could do it by an e-check. I think Dave has a bank account associated with his account. So pretty straightforward as to how do you get around inside of it. Very simple menu structure. Want to touch on some views as to maybe what it would look like for your employees to use it. If I were to go and search for a customer up top on the main search engine, which is capable of searching for a variety of different data topics, I'm going to go look up Travis's account, open up Travis Papay. This account is a residential owner, been with us since 2015. He owes us $30,000. If I wanted to look up what that was all about, I can just kind of hover over it and it'll give me the details of what we have in open invoices, late payments, open credits, unapplied payments. These are his open invoices we're looking at here. All of his contact information is listed here. a view of his aging in buckets. Nobody ever seems to pay me in my demo environment, so pretty much everything's all aging out. With that said, I can drill into any of these invoices. I could take payment against them. I can immediately one button credit them if I needed to. If that needed an approval process, it does that as well. All of the transactional information and documents and notes and what you might call CRM are all contained in these gray boxes that we're seeing here, the tabs. So he's got one open credit. He's got a contract with us. We've got 7 different types of RMRs. He's got 233 work orders that are presently engaged. Multiple bill twos. We've got proposals in here. I've got 2 open proposals we're working with. I have sold him a bunch of things in the past. I have visibility of all of that. So pretty much as I'm scrolling through here, any notes, any documents, anything that's going on related to this customer is all contained within this particular portion. It's important to note how we've put this application together, very much like our Sedona product and our Alarm Biller product. It is built where the customer can have as many sites as he needs, and under those sites can have many systems. So Travis has 3 sites and 6 systems. If I were to drill into that tab, I can see the 3 sites. If I click on 1, 2, or 3, I'm going to go to the site record, whatever addresses those are. If I open up the plus key, I'm now seeing the systems located at his 123 Stages Road. Able to see a UCC burglar alarm system. I know we have technicians going out to that today, so I'm going to open up that system to be able to see Travis burglar alarm system at his Stages location for the customer. It's all built on a hierarchy. Able to see the system parts that are in here, the call lists, the zones. These all communicate to our central stations that use our software, so it's a bidirectional communication. If I were to go take a look at the work order, I know we have technicians going out to today. It's this one with a panel error. And if I were to drill into this, pretty much everything in Managely has this same look and feel to it. I'm on the main menu of accounts receivable. I'm on work orders, looking at one for Travis for a burglar alarm system for his specific site or the customer itself. So it kind of breaks it all out in that hierarchy every time. And all of the tabular functions that we're seeing here are just like they are in any customer card or vendor card. I can see that Dan and Kathy are both the technicians who are dispatched. So they've used their mobile application and have dispatched to that location. When they arrive, we'd actually see this turn green that they will have arrived at that location. But pretty much everything I'm going to here is 1 or 2 clicks away from the next step. So if I wanted to go back to his Stages site or back to the customer itself, it's really 1 click, 2 click to the work orders from there. We do incorporate a proposal engine built into this. So if you want to create proposals, we have a great proposal tool in here. We also integrate to WeSuite, who's been a leader in building proposals for many, many years. If I would go up top here and search for Scott Lindsay, Scott is not a customer of ours. If I were to open up his account, you'll see he's a prospect. So we do kind of bring in leads and opportunities as people who've never dealt with us before as prospects. If Scott actually gets a proposal from us and signs it, it'll create Scott as a customer automatically for it. I've got a couple of proposals out to Scott so far. He's gotten proposals from us, but never actually bought anything. If I were to drill into proposal 4179, this is one that I've been working on recently with him. It's for a burglar alarm system. We can see what the overview of this is, which is basically what it costs the customer, what my material and labor costs are, what my profitability is. I can see what parts have been installed, if there's any part kits, or what parts I'm recommending to be installed. You can see the labor component that's inside of this. If he does sign this proposal, there'll be RMR tied to that. I'm detailing that as well. I may have some notes inside of here. There might be proposal notes. I need a scissor lift for the warehouse to be able to get the wiring done. I might have some documents. I know I took them out and played golf with them, so I got a picture of us playing golf. I've also got a site map, some other details. If I'm comfortable with this proposal, I can go up top and use the tool up here for print and delivery. I can send them a very basic proposal if I wanted to, or I can use our eForms tool here to build templates that are unique for my particular business. An example of that might be this one here, where I've created a template that kind of looks like me. If I get it open. So my company, what we do, my salesperson, my picture, who we're sending it to, what we're selling them, what the monthly fees would be after that. Potentially your statement of work, what the customer needs to provide, what you need to provide, the deposit, picture your trucks, your building, your dog, whatever is important. They would need to sign this. If Scott signs this proposal, It will take him and create a customer record of him. He's a prospect at the moment. It will create the customer site. It will create the system. It will create a work order for all of the materials inside of this proposal, the labor, the RMR, notes and documents, all to carry over for your operations team. And if I were to go up top and search for potentially a work order that has an example of that, 6852, I believe is a decent work order that came from a proposal. So this is for John Malone. It's for a burglar alarm system. It came from proposal 4248. As I mentioned, everything is kind of one click away. So if I right click on 4248, I could open it in a new tab. If I click on 4248, this is the proposal that they signed. It's been sold, and it created the work order, which if I just go up to the upper right and go right to the work order, I'm bouncing back and forth between the proposal and between the work order. Now with this, I have details of what's being done here. We have the parts that came over from the proposal. We have RMR that came over. We have a labor item. We're charging a fuel surcharge to this as well. If I go into the parts, using our inventory module, we're able to see a bunch of things in here that are unique to this order. I'm ordering a special part, something I've never ordered before. That's going to come from ADI. This happens to be taking place in phase 1 of this particular project. We might have multiple phases. Phase 1 might be month 1, month 2, month 3. I can also see that in my default warehouse, I have 9 of these parts. Each one of these components, I need 1 of them for this particular work order. None have been issued at the moment. I can issue those parts from the work order. I can order all of them from the vendor. I can have them all direct expensed so that they don't go into inventory. It all flows fairly natively with it. Again, I can kind of hover over the pricing of this to see how that breaks out with parts and labor. In some of our more advanced features for the Pro version, Pro tier of Managely, or the Enterprise tier, we get involved in change orders that can be done inside of here. If I scroll over to the right-hand side, Pro and Enterprise involves costing, so I can see what we estimated this to cost, what actually has happened. Can tie work in progress to this, see what my profitability was planned to be and what it actually is at the moment. We can see our timesheets from our technicians with the mobile app inside of here, being able to log the time that they spend on this particular job. And if the job's complicated, you can also involve what are tasks that can be set up uniquely for this type of work order, the residential intrusion installation, and make adjustments for them uniquely for this job. So you can see I have ended my task of taking a deposit. I'm presently ordering parts. Then I'll go to schedule and pre-wire, do some programming in the building and get this product installed. If I do complete this, we change the status of this to completed, it's going to end up invoicing the customer for it. We do have the ability inside of here to go to billing and do invoicing on this. That would be possibly percentage-based invoicing or dollar-based invoicing. That again is a Pro or an Enterprise feature inside of the software. So we've got prospects out there that turn to customers, proposals that turned into work orders, and we would at this point probably look to try to schedule some of these. Do have a calendar inside of here, enables us to look at our technicians and what we've got out there scheduling. At the moment, I'm looking at pretty much everybody that I have. I can group these any way I want. So if I want to just see my technicians that work on fire, that would be these 2 here. If I want to just see my technicians that are in the New York, New Jersey area, I can do that as well. These are drag and drop appointments. I can take this appointment and move it up by a half an hour. It's going to want to notify the customer, notify the technician that we've done that. And it'll send out a notification to both of them that we've made a change in the appointment or that it's a new appointment. I have a list of all of my unscheduled appointments. If I drill into that, it'll show me which ones I need to be scheduled, and I can schedule them right from here. These records, the gray buttons or gray boxes we're seeing, are actually the appointment record. If I drill into one of them, these tie a variety of different data points together. It ties the technician to the date and time they're supposed to be there, to the customer, to the type of work order that they're doing, to the problem that they're having. So if I wanted to drill from this appointment to the customer, to the work order, to the system, do I want to notify the customer or deliver a calendar appointment to my technicians if they're not using a mobile app? I can do that as well. So kind of flexible as to how we work with this. What the technicians are going to end up seeing, if I can possibly display that here in this meeting, it's going to look something like this. We have a Sedona Mobile X app. It's used for all of our products. As I'm logging into this, I'm actually going to be logging in as an operations manager. So I'm going to see all the appointments that my techs have going on. I can see that Justin's getting his truck serviced here. John's picking up parts at ADI. And the work order that I'm working on here, which would be this one right here. This is work order 4716, Dave Whiting. If I were to drill into the work order from here, it's going to end up opening up that work order, and we're going to end up seeing things that we would normally see inside of the work order in Managely. I like to show this two ways, so let's see if I can do this way. I'm going to open up the work order inside of Managely. This is showing you appointments, items, parts, what would be notes, documents, those kind of things for the technicians. Same thing, appointments, items, parts, notes, documents. Let's kind of scroll down through here, see the customer's complaint. If I need directions to their location, I can get directions to their location. If I need contact information for that customer, I can push the bottom button and pick up Dave Whiting's contact information. Kind of step back out of this. I didn't want to go that far back out. I'll drill back into it again. I did want to show that we can capture notes and documents inside of here. So if this is an installation or if it's a fire inspection, I go to the More button up top, open up the documents. There are 7 documents in the work orders, the same 7 documents we're seeing here. If I'm doing a fire inspection, I might have documents I need to fill out. If I'm doing an installation, I might open up a site map, be able to see where my points are that I need to install things. And if it's my responsibility to record what I'm doing, there's a camera and a plus key up top. I should be able to go into this and shoot pictures of my installation, keyboard panel, wiring, what have you. If I step back out of this all the way, I'd like to dispatch to this particular location. I'm going to end up pressing the dispatch button down at the bottom here. That'll end up bringing me up a date and time box onto which I'm on my way. Again, it wants to notify the customer that tech's on the route, he's on his way there or not, depending upon my desire. The mobile app will refresh. My next step here would be to arrive. I see they changed the color of that in the last week, so that's new. If I were to go back to the calendar and take a look at that calendar, you can see what was gray before is now blue. So he's dispatched, he's on his way there. If it were to turn green, then it would be that he's actually on site working. But we can kind of drill into that, be able to see the dispatch time and things like that related to it, arrival time, completed time, what have you. If I were to take this back over to a list of work orders here, I can see all of my appointments that have, or work orders that have appointments tied to them. So you can see the one that I've dispatched to. If I want to sort these are all what we call a custom grid layout. So I can make these look any way I want. But if I'm somebody in ops and I want to see how many technicians do I have on site working at the moment, who's taking a break, who's dispatched and on their way there, and who hasn't pressed any of the buttons yet, I have visibility of that, and all of this is reportable, exportable to Excel if we needed to. So I go through a list of open work orders here. It's going to bring me a list of all my work orders. Again, it's a grid layout that I can change and add columns to. If I want to flip the status around here so I can see, other statuses besides new or open, I might end up seeing ones that are waiting for parts, ones that are waiting for an inspector, waiting for the customer. You kind of get the idea. It's fairly flexible as to what you want to see here, and you can save these as a custom grid layout. That applies to almost every menu function that we see here. So that takes us through the calendaring and scheduling. A couple other modules I think we'll touch on. Just check my timing here to make sure I don't cut into the time for questions and answer. I'm going to take us back to our home page. The next module I want to talk about is accounts payable. So in accounts payable, it's everything about your vendors. If I were to open up a vendor as if ADI here, for instance, everything in Managely looks the same. So what do we owe them? What have I got in the way of credits, open bills, open receipts? All my transactional details down at the bottom. I've got 90 open purchase orders, receipts, bills I've gotten from them, payments I've made to them, checks that I've run from them. You can see it's a fairly fast interface with all of the data that's inside of this. Got a nice feature here. Not everybody would use this, but it is available on all 3 tiers. It's called a suggested purchase order. This is going to go and look at your inventory and decide, what you need to order based upon warehouses and vendors and minimum, maximums, and things like that. And I'll give a quick example. If I were to go grab my Michigan, Maine warehouse, I've got a Vista panel. I've got 2 of them on hand. I've got 19 coming in. So that means I'm going to have 21 in stock in about a week. My min-max is 5 and 25. Anytime I get below 5 or get above 25, it's going to make decisions for me. So I got 21 coming in and I'm ordering to my maximum, so it's telling me to order 4. If I want to say, you know what, I just want to order to the minimum, I don't need to order any of that. If I'd like to see how many of this particular part are needed for work orders or installations, I can kind of flip the switch up top here, and it's going to show me I need 10 of them for work orders or installations. I've got 21 coming in. I want to order up to the max now. Instead of being 4, it'll probably be 14. I know what vendor I want to buy them from. Just watch this button up top here. If I go and select the vendor I want to buy these from, it'll then change the list to what we buy from that vendor and give me a button to create a purchase order directly from here. So it's pretty cool features. In my background in manufacturing, we call it material requirements planning, MRPs here. It's a suggested purchase order list. I'm thrilled that they have it in here. It takes the guesswork out of your purchasing agent's responsibilities. It is inside of here. You get bills from your vendors. You get bills from other services that turn into payment runs, and we end up printing checks for them. I'll touch on inventory lightly. Inventory is stored in warehouses. A warehouse could be a physical location like my Michigan warehouse. Could also be Bob's service truck or truck 1, 2, or 5. I do see, if I'm maintaining inventory, my total perpetual inventory value across my entire organization and then what's in each truck. If I have branches, you can see a branch reference here. I could have a New Jersey branch, a New York branch, this company, that company, what have you. If I were to drill into the main warehouse for Michigan, I'm able to see all the components that are stocked there. If I kind of flip this around so we see that Vista panel I was talking about, I've got 2 of them in stock at that warehouse. I've got 2 of them that are needed for some work orders, and it's stored row, shelf, and bin in 5A and 32. I do have physical inventory count functionalities inside of here. So if I need to count the inventory every year, every month, we do have count sheets that are available. You can go and count your inventory inside of the application. If this warehouse was tied to a truck or was a truck, I can tie technicians to these. So when they're pulling information, pulling parts out of the mobile app, it's pulling them from their truck. Part setups inside of inventory as well. If I were to go and grab that Vista panel again, this Vista panel, as I open it up, I've got visibility as to how much I stock in each one of my warehouses or truck of this component. So it's a live perpetual inventory. There may be documents related to this that I can attach to this part. Again, I'm using the document management system for customers, for vendors, for parts, for sites, for systems, for work orders, for proposals throughout the whole software. Able to see, I've got a programming manual in here, so this will be available to my technicians. In the Pro and Enterprise version, I am able to maintain multiple vendor pricing for these, so I have visibility of who I'm ordering from and what prices they are. If I were to go to the setup of the component itself, I've got part number, short description, long description, can attach a picture to it, who my primary vendor is, what general ledger accounts would be hit if transactions transpired for this, what our costing method is. We support both average and standard costing inside of there. And again, what I'm selling it for and what my cost to that particular vendor and customer would be if I'm selling it to a customer. Last couple of pieces I wanted to touch on before we get much further with this is back in the reporting section. So if I were to drill into reports, we have your standard aging reports. We have all of your accounting reports, your balance sheet, your P&L, comparison profit and loss, fair amount of reports related to RMR. As John mentioned, is kind of the lifeblood of our business, is to be able to bill RMR correctly out. Some of these reports, if I grab maybe a balance sheet, again, they're done on branches in my environment. So if I run this against my entire organization, selecting no branch, I'll see my balance sheet detail from that entire organization. I can drill to specific accounts. So if I needed to know what this $242 is, I can simply highlight the 12700 account and drill into it. If I'd like to see what my New Jersey branch is doing, I can go in and select that particular branch, refresh the page, and now I'm seeing the financial details of a balance sheet related just to my New Jersey location, which doesn't do nearly as many transactions. All of these are exportable up top to any type of file format that you'd like out of the software. Do have a direct connection to our central station software. So if your central station is using Managely or, excuse me, Manitou or Stages, we have a direct connection to that. So when you create a customer inside of Managely, it would create it inside of the central station and vice versa. Last piece that I think is worth showing here to kind of round out our demonstration would be customer portal is included with this. I tried to mention this earlier, is that a full set of tools are included out of the box with all 3 tiers of this product. So customer portal, inventory, proposal engine, e-delivery of those proposals, emailing PDF statements and invoicing automatically, automation of your RMR, communication to the customers like text on the way, those are all native to the application. If I were to log out of this and log back in potentially as maybe I was going to register as a new customer, as we're seeing it here. If I'm signing up to the customer portal, I'd need my customer number and a registration code, and I could set myself up as a new customer on the portal. And if I were to log in as a particular customer, it's going to look something like this. This would be your company's logo up top here, but I've logged in as a customer Dave Whiting from Managely, and I'm able to see all of my open invoices inside of here. I'm able to see credit cards and e-checks or ACH accounts that I've set up. So there's that Visa 1111 account that we've seen. If I take us over to the e-checks, we can see the 7891 checking account that he's got there. He can take the invoices and set himself up for auto pay. So any recurring invoices could be paid on the 7th of the month or the 9th of the month. Up to you as to how up to the customer as how you'd like to settle that. I can print these invoices. I could drill into these invoices. I can pay the invoices directly from here, can see what invoices have been paid. This portal can be just a link on your website. It says, pay your bill here, and this will do the entire application for you. There are some documents on Dave Whiting's card, probably 50 or 60 of them. Some of them I want to share with the customer. Some of them I don't, depending upon the security of the document in Managely. I have visibility of the documents as a customer here. So I don't see all the documents. I see about 7 or 8 of them, but I see the ones that I want to show Dave. So his 2022 service contracts and proposals we've working on with him, maybe a residential site map that we have. Dave has the ability, and you can turn this on and off, to be able to have visibility of his work orders and could create an unscheduled work order from the customer portal directly as we're seeing it here by selecting, what would be your site, your system, the type of problem that you're having with it, and that would be something that would show up on the schedule board as a work order that would need to be scheduled. That point probably rounds out our demonstration of Managely. John, at this point, I'm going to pass it back over to you.
Awesome. Great job, Steve. So I appreciate everyone jumping on today's call. We look forward to getting in touch with you. Please contact us by emailing us at boldsales@boldgroup.com or by visiting boldgroup.com and requesting more information.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Now I guess we'll dive into some of the Q&A questions. So first one that we had come through is, how does Manitou integrate with Managely?
Okay, so Manitou is an application that the Bold Group owns, and we have a bidirectional communication that's set up inside of Managely. We need to put a link to your Bold Manitou environment, and at that point, you can start testing the bidirectional information that goes back and forth between them.
Awesome. Another question is, how do I schedule a personal demonstration of this, or who do I contact?
So as John may be able to go back one slide, we'll kind of let it sit at that slide because asking more questions slide is just redundant. You can contact us at boldgroup.com, contact John or I directly. It's basically our first name, last name at boldgroup.com. More than happy to schedule a personal demo with you.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, if you email boldsales@boldgroup.com, we'll have it routed to your account executive in your part of the country.
Cool. Awesome. Can I remove QuickBooks and use this application entirely?
John, you want to take that one?
You sure can. Like Steve mentioned, we have AR, AP, full general ledger, and inventory built into Managely.
Awesome. Can I use this application for proposals or contracts?
Yes, both.
Yes, you can.
You've seen the proposal engine that we've had inside of here, or the tool that we use for estimations. You can deliver a electronic e-form to the customer either by email, or you can have them sign on the tablet in front of you. And if there's a maintenance agreement or contract, that can also be built out in the e-form application and sent to the customer. If it's properly executed by the customer, it becomes a document on their customer card.
Okay, cool, awesome. Is this an on-premise installation or is it a web-based product?
So
Currently,
presently,
this is, oh,
go
go
ahead,
ahead,
John.
Steve.
Yeah, in stereo,
Current,
no less. Go right ahead.
Currently, it's a web-based product.
Okay, and how long does it take to get Managely installed?
Installed, you can have access to the application within 15 minutes. For a full install with a data conversion, it's anywhere for 2 to 4 months
Okay,
and
awesome.
training.
All right. Will Managely talk to our central stations?
That depends on
Right.
what central station you have. A lot of the larger central stations like Rapid Response or Avant-Garde use our software. So even though it doesn't say Bold Group or Manitou or Stages, they utilize our products. So in essence, you can connect with them. If it is a proprietary central station software at this point, those are the two that we integrate with. In 2024, we'll be looking to expand that integration with Managely with other products.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, it doesn't seem like we have any other Q&A questions that are, oh, we have one question. We use Sedona Office right now. Is this product just an updated software?
No. Sedona Office is a incredibly powerful piece of software that's been around for quite a while. It's one of our legacy products. This was built on a completely different framework, and we've made every effort over the last 2.5 years to put all of the features and functionality that Sedona has inside of the enterprise tier of Managely. So a large effort has been made for this. I do want to point out Sedona is not going anywhere. It will not be sunset. These are choices for people who want a newer interface or the ability to work from anywhere at any time. We keep reinvesting back in our business and our software solutions for our customers.
Awesome. We also have another question. I guess, can this be a standalone software?
So I probably need a better description of that. If I consider it standalone, does that mean at my office I can have it installed and it doesn't connect to the internet and it stands alone? Presently, no, if that's the question you're asking. It is a SaaS-based application, which means it's software as a service. It's a website you go to. It's housed on Amazon Web Services. That's where we keep our hosted software today, is in that environment. I hope that makes sense and answered the question. If you rephrase the question, if I didn't answer it, please try.
We have another question is, do we have to have Sedona or other applications to work with the software?
No, this is a complete stand by itself piece of software. And as John, I think, mentioned, a lot of businesses have anywhere from 5 to 10 separate pieces of software to run their business. We've really tried to make an effort to condense a lot of the tools people have separately, standalone, disparate, into one application here so you become more efficient.
Awesome. All right, let's see if we have any other questions. I guess that other one said if it's standalone software outside of Sedona.
This is standalone software outside of Sedona. It's a choice for our Sedona customers. If they're interested in Managely, we'd be more than happy to go through a demonstration and talk of the pluses and minuses of it. It's one of those things you have to kind of understand what you're using Sedona for. Can Managely replace that? And then bottom line is, does it financially make sense to switch over to it?
Okay, awesome. All right, I think that is all so far. I haven't seen any other questions come through. No open questions at the moment. So if there aren't any other Q&A questions, John Doyle, is there anything, any closing remarks that you guys would like to add before we close out the webinar?
Yeah, I want to thank the ESA and your team, along with all of its members, for having us today, and we look forward to connecting with everybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your presentation today and for your time. And thank you to everybody that registered and joined us today on this webinar. As I mentioned earlier, you will be able to access this on ESA's YouTube channel. And yeah, we hope to see you guys again next time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a great
Cheers.
rest of your day.